What's going on, guys? Bob Buskirk here at ThinkComputers, and today we're taking a look at another Z97 motherboard. This is the ASRock Fatal1ty Z97 killer, and as you can expect from a Fatal1ty series product, this is focused towards gaming. So let's go ahead and take a look. Taking a look at the retail box here, it does let us know that it is the Z97 Killer Series motherboard, and it also lists some of the main features and things that you get with the board all on the front, of course. So you know, if you're at the store, you can go ahead and take a look at what all you get. And then on the back here, it goes into great detail on all of the features. So you could probably spend a good 20-25 minutes, you know, reading over all of these features before you go ahead and buy the motherboard. But I know you just want me to get inside and see what we have here. So we'll go ahead and open everything up here. We do have our I/O shield, if you can see that right there. Nice I/O shield. We have a little guide here for the ASRock Cloud. Of course, we're going to go over that in our full review. We have two guides right here. Our first one is our software setup guide, and the second one is the quick installation guide, and that's your full manual and everything. And of course, it does come with a driver CD. Will have all your software and everything like that. Of course, we always suggest that you go to the manufacturer's website and download everything, because this stuff is probably outdated by the time you get it. And we have two sets of SATA cables, so each one of these bags has two SATA cables inside, and I believe that is it. And we just have the motherboard under, which of course we're going to go ahead and take out and show you in more detail. As we take a closer look at the motherboard, we can see that ASRock has gone with a black and red design. So the PCB is all black, and then you have black and red accents throughout. You have very aggressive and very cool looking heat sinks on your power delivery components, as well as the PCH right down there. At the center of the motherboard, we do have Intel's LGA 1150 socket, and that is going to support Intel Haswell processors, so the ones that were released last year, as well as Haswell Refresh and the recently released Devil's Canyon processors. Now, we do have three fan connections up here. We have our CPU fan, which is the 4-pin connection. We have a CPU fan 2, which is a 3-pin connection, and then we just have a third fan connection right here. So if you have a CPU cooler that has multiple fans, you can actually control them independently by using these connections up top. We have our 8-pin fan connector right up here, and as I said, the power delivery components are covered here by this very large heatsink, but ASRock is making use of an 8+2 all digital power phase design. Moving along to the side of the motherboard here, we have 4 memory slots, and of course they are color coded for dual channel operation. This board supports memory up to DDR3 3200, so that's 3200 megahertz. We have our 24-pin ATX power connection, and we do have our USB 3.0 header right here. Normally we would see the Sata ports on the actual side of the motherboard at a 90-degree angle, but ASRock has done something different on this board, and they are facing up in a normal direction here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 SATA 6 gig ports, and we have a single SATA Express port here. Now, if you don't choose to use SATA Express, you don't have a SATA Express device, you can go ahead and use these 2 ports also, so that would give you a total of 6 SATA 6 gig ports, and there also is a 4-pin fan connection right here. Along the rest of the bottom of the board, we have some headers and connections. So we have 2 USB 2.0 headers right here. We have our front panel connections, we have our COM port, and then we have our HD audio connections right here on the end. As far as expansion slots go, you have a single PCI Express 3.0 x16 slot. You have a PCI Express 2.0 x16 slot that will run at X4 mode. You have 2 PCI Express 2.0 x1 slots, and then you have 2 legacy PCI slots. You also have your M.2 slot here for the newer M.2 storage. It is right in here. And then we also can see 2 3-pin fan connectors here. So these can be used for maybe your external fans or something like that on the back side of your case. Moving along to the ports on the back of the motherboard here, we have two USB 2.0 ports, a PS2 port that you can either use for a mouse or a keyboard. You have VGA out, DVI out, two more USB 2.0 ports. You have HDMI out. You have four USB 3.0 ports. You have your gigabit Ethernet, which of course is powered by the killer E2200 chip, and then you have your audio right there. So this wraps it up for our quick unboxing and overview of the ASRock Fatal1ty Z97 killer motherboard. Now make sure you check back very soon on ThinkComputers.org as we'll have our full written review. And remember guys, if you like our videos, why don't you subscribe? Catch you guys later.